So now we're going to be on section H. This is exponents. This is on page 10 in the packet, section H. We have 5. We have an exponent. So an exponents are, we have this 5, and we have this little 2 above it. The 5 over here is called the base. That's the bigger number is called the base. And the little number up top that's above it is called the exponent. Now, the exponent means the number of times the base is multiplied by itself. So over here we have 5, and then you have this little 2. That means you multiply 5 by itself twice. So it's 5 times 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. So 5 to the, this is called the second power. That means 2 as the exponent would be 25. This could also be called 5 squared, or 5 to the second power is how you refer to it. Now, in the calculator, the way to get exponents in the calculator is you press 5 in the calculator, and then you click this button above the division sign, this arrow key, and that raises it to the exponent level. You then write 2, and then you have it. It looks like this in the calculator. I would then click to the right to just get out of the exponent, because you click 5, then you click this raises it, the pointer up here, you write 2, and then click the right key to get out of the exponent. You then press enter and you get 25. A second way to do it, just for if the exponent was 2, if you press 5 and then this button gives you 5 squared quickly. That's only if the exponent is 2. Now we have 3 to the 3 to the third power. That means that 3 is the base and 3 is the exponent. Exponent is the number of times the base is multiplied by itself. So 3 times 3 times 3, which will be 27 in the calculator. Then if 3 is the exponent, it's called 3 cubed. If it's 3 is the exponent, it's called 3 cubed, or 3 to the third power. Now in the calculator, you do 3 right here, and then raise it to the third power, and then press enter, and you get 27 as the answer. 2 to the fourth power here, that means 2 times itself 4 times. So it's 2 times 2 times 2, which is going to be 16 actually. On this slide, it says 32, which really says 16. This means 2 to the fourth power. Again, it should be 16. In the calculator, you write 2 to the fourth, and then press enter, and you should get 16 as the answer. 7 to the second power, also called 7 squared, would be 7 times 7, which is 49 in the calculator. Again, you would do 7 over here, and then raise it, and then press 2, and you get 7 squared is 49. 8 to the third power, 8 cubed again, that's 8 times 8 times 8. In the calculator, which is going to be 512. In the calculator, you do 8, this button right here, and then 3, and then press enter, and you get 8, 512. Now we have, this is a variable. Again, letters are called variables, so we have a variable as the base. So we don't know what the number is. We just know the variable is a. So this says a squared. This means a squared means a times a. So a squared means a times a. X to the third, again, means the base times itself 3 times. So x to the third is x times x times x. Y to the sixth means y times y times y times y times y times y 6 times. H to the fourth means h times itself 4 times. H times h times h times h. And p to the third means p times itself 3 times. Now over here in this example over here, we have x4 times x squared. So x4 times x squared, x4 is x times itself 4 times x squared, which is x times itself twice. Now how many x's is multiplying by itself? We have 6 x's multiplying by itself, so therefore it's x to the 6. Now really what you did, you just added, since they have the same base, you just added the exponents together to get x6. This is just the concept behind how it works. But if you have the same base and you're multiplying them together, you could just add the exponents to get x to the 6. We have y3 times y to the 2. They have the same base. They have the same base as y. So you just, if you're multiplying them together, you just add the exponents to get y to the 5th. Now again, the way that works is y to the third is y times itself 3 times. Y to the second is y times itself twice. Now how many y's do we have? We have 5 y's multiplying by each other. So therefore it's y to the 5th. A4 times A3, they have the same base, so therefore you just add them together. A4 times A3 will therefore be a to the 7th power. The reason why that works again is because A4 is a times itself 4 times. A3 is a times itself 3 times. We now have 7 a's, so therefore it's a to the 7th. X5 times A2, these have different bases. That's 5 x's multiplied by itself, and 2 a's multiplied by itself. So it's not xa to the 7th. That wouldn't make sense. It's just going to stay the same. So either in the packet you can write the same, or really the way they write it is x5a squared. So you'd write x5a squared. X5 times a squared would just be x5a squared, because you cannot put those together because they have different bases. X5 times x, though, if it just has an x and no exponent, if there's no exponent, that means the exponent is 1. If there's no exponent, it means it's 1. So x5 times x, that'd be x to the 1. x5 times x1 would be x to the 6th. Again, because x5 is x times itself 5 times, and x1 is x times itself once, and therefore altogether you have x to the 6th. Now in this packet, you're going to solve or simplify each one of these questions. So we have number 1 is 4 to the 3rd power. Again, the way to do that is you write 4 over here, and then you click the up key right here, and then 3, and then press enter, and you get 4 to the 3rd is 64. Now we have y times y to the 3rd times y squared. They all have the same base, therefore you just add the exponents together. So it's really y to the 1 times y to the 3rd times y to the 2nd. Y to the 1 times y to the 3rd is y to the 4th, times y to the 2nd is y to the 6th. A5 times a, this is a to the 1 power. Again, if there's no exponent, that means it has an exponent of 1. So a5 times a1 would be a to the 6th. H squared times h to the 5th would be h7. And then 7 cubed, you do 7, and then this button right here, and then 3, press enter, and you get 343. A4th, in the packet, I think number 6 is different. I think it's A4 x times x5, I think. So you just write that out. And then these are the answers to the other questions over here. That is it for section H.